Hey guys, I wanted to make a little video here that shows how to make a part that I make for airplanes. I'm back home and I've got an order to make for what's called wing root fairings. They go between the airframe and the wing. It's where they make that transition. Um, and here's a picture of it right here. These are the wing root fairings. Um, so today we're gonna go through the whole process of making the fairings. I'm not gonna speed it up very much to let you kind of get an idea of how long it takes to make them, and it could be like a couple videos. I don't know, but if you're interested in making stuff, I'll probably speed up other things. But for this video and for a few videos to come, I would like to do the whole the time, and you could kind of skip through if you need to. But it helps my watch time hours, so I appreciate you watching from the start to the finish. That really helps me out. I need to get like 4,000 watch time hours, and without a lot of subscribers, it's hard to get a lot of watch time hours. But so today we're going to make these wing root fairings, and I'm going to go through the whole process, and from basically start to finish. And except for the sanding part, I'm not going to record that. But the making them, laying them up, doing the epoxy work, show you how it's all done. So let's get into it. Thanks. This week. So the this is the airplane parts that I make. They are they're called wing root fairings. This is the release that you put on. It's a alcohol based release, and it dissolves with water. So you put that on there, and then that lets you pop the part off. It doesn't let it stick to the mold. So I don't have to wax these molds because I use this release. So this is one of the first steps. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean off, and you'll see, I'm going to take the rag here and I'll wipe it, and it dissolves, and then you'll see there'll be green showing up on the camera here. Let me set the camera down. And if I take this piece right here and I put it on that water, it'll just dissolve into nothing. So that's what that stuff's good for. So I'll clean this off and get all that off there. And it might take a couple times. And then once I do that, I'll move them out of the way, cut my patterns. Well, I may have some, well, my camera fell over. I got this little stand. So now I think I may have, oh no, this cloth is really thin. It works good, but it bubbles. I've got a pattern that I make these out of, and I lay it out here and I'll cut it, so I'm going to do that. So let me set this camera somewhere where you can see what I'm doing here. And I've got all kinds of stuff here. So I'll put the camera maybe right there. Hopefully that's good, and you can see what I'm doing here. And hopefully it won't fall over. It's on a little flexible stand, and I really don't want it to hit the ground. I don't have my microphone on right now. Maybe I should go get that on. But for right now, cleaning this, I'm not going to put it on. But these molds have made probably 40, 50 sets of these airplane parts. And these go on a kit airplane experimental 601XL. And So I've got a set to make. I got a bunch of people want them, but I don't have anybody sending the money for them yet. So I don't make them until I get the payment, because I don't want to have a bunch of parts sitting around. It takes my time to do it, and I've got other things I got to do. So I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on the CNC over there. I got to make some room. I've got some stuff to do out in the garage. So I got a lot of stuff to catch up on this year and try to get done so that I can move to the Philippines. We're going to try that either this year or next year. That's the goal. I'm hoping the end of this year, but we'll see. Just depends on the economy and how things go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this one over out of the way, because let it dry, and I'm probably cleaning it again. So I'll move this one out of the way for now. Put it right there. And we move on to the next step, which I'll show you guys. So this is way more than just Philippines videos. I do all kinds of other stuff. Anymore, you almost have to survive. But pretty soon we'll be hopefully in the Philippines. The babies are not feeling good right now, so they're coughing and they're not feeling good. So we've got them some medicine for that. I wish they were here, but of course our government makes it so damn hard to do anything. So anyway, we're waiting on the birth certificate from the Philippines, which is going to take forever, I'm afraid. I'm going to call Monday and see what the progress is on that. Hopefully they've got it, and it won't take but about a week to get it done. That's what I'm hoping, but we'll see. I'll set this out of the way. Alright, so that's out of the way. My cloth is over there. So what I do is, let me get all this stuff off the table. I use my razor blade when I'm done. So I'm going to clean off my table here. And when I get all this cleaned off, I will get back with you all. And we will start, I'll show you the pattern that I use and how to cut it out and everything. And the next step. So I'll be back. Hey guys, I'm back. What's funny is I was put the fiberglass mat down, and this is my template right here that I use to mark my pieces, like over there, so that I can make the part. It takes 3 of these on each part, so you have 3 and you have 6 of them. The funny thing is that this roll here, I think it's 60 inches. If you get a smaller roll, and it's 50 inches or something, you only get 5. So then you got to roll it out again. So 60 inches, you actually get all 6 pieces. But I was down here after I turned off the camera. I got this laid down, and I was looking for the template, and I could not find it nowhere. I must have looked down here for an hour. I'm looking everywhere for this template. And I called my wife, or talked on Messenger, and I said, when you cleaned up down here or straightened up, because she comes down and straightens up, and then I can't find nothing. But I asked her, I said, did you do anything with it? Because she's helped me do the templates before, the cutouts. And she said, no, why would I do anything with that? I know what it is. Okay. So I'm looking and looking and looking. So I leave, like I'm done, go out to get my boots for work. I go eat at the buffet, come home. I'm like, okay, I'm going to look again, fresh set eyes. So I'm looking and looking and looking and looking up in the ceiling, looking all up everywhere, here, there. I cannot find it. I walk over here. I have a bunch of metal over here. And I seen this little thing hanging out the end right there. And I was like, that looks familiar. Walked around the other way. And right there it was in between all that metal right there. I swear, I must have looked for a good, it must have been an hour and a half trying to find that thing. So anyway, so now the next step in this process, let me put this camera down here, is to, I'll sneeze here in a minute. So anyway, this is the template right here. So what I do is I start out with this way right here, because that lets me know that the next piece goes inside and goes around. So I don't have to worry about it fitting and being long enough. So we take that right there, and I will take a black marker over here. So I have a bunch of brand new black markers just for this reason. I have a whole pack of black markers right like that. So then I'll take this and I will trace it out. This really needs to lay down for a little bit, but trace it out just like that right there. Really wish I could get rid of this congestion. It's driving me crazy. So just mark that like that right there. Just like that. No big deal. So, but crazy. But this vinyl worked out really well for a template. I've been using it for about 3 years now. So there's that. And then I'll mark this little cutout right here. And then I'll mark this little V cutout for the shape. So that's the first one. Just like that there. Just like that there. So that's the first one. The next one, you gotta turn the template like that. And it looks like there's a lot of ways to get more out of here, but that's about it. So you put it right there like that. And then you bring it around like that. Now, you'd think you get more like this. Right here. This way. But you don't. It only works the way it works. So, I'll maybe put that right there. This thing's a little flimsy. Maybe turn it like that. So, anyway, turn it back over. Get it configured into proper configuration. Like that. You put that right there. Like so. And then you got to move it all around because it's not laid flat yet because it was folded. So you bring this around like this. Just like that. And you trace out another one. And you go, doop. Just like that. Right there. Just a little line. And trace it all around. Like that. I don't know how fast I don't know how much I'm gonna edit this. I'll probably speed this part up. Just because it's so, you know, so much. I don't want to turn the camera like that. There we go. Okay. Maybe that'll get more. So, anyway, just like that. Then you take the next one. You gotta flip it over. Put it in there like that. You put that one right there like that. That's why you start that first one up there at the top so you don't run out of material. So right there, just like that. And just like that. Right there. So, trace it out again. And trace it out, trace it out. I thought that this template went to the 5th dimension. I couldn't find this thing nowhere. It was gone. The 9th dimension, the 5th dimension, it disappeared from existence as far as I'm concerned. I was looking for this sucker. I got a little bit mad. I was like, how could this thing disappear? It's crazy. But it didn't. So there we go. I'll put another one down. Just like that. And that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4. Then all I have left is 2 more to do. Put the camera maybe like right there. Come on, camera. Don't fall over. So, come over here and do 1 more. And then what I'll do is I will there we go. I'll cut these out. I'll cut that and then make it easier messing with the material. But I could probably save some material because this template's a little bit big, but I wanted enough so that you would have some hangover on the mold. Come over here, and then you got to hold it up and then trace it like that. It ain't got to be perfect or nothing, but it does got to be big enough. I don't want to have to piece this in if I don't have to, and I don't have to. So there we go. So normally what I do with this thing is I hang it right over top of here, which you probably can't see. I usually hang it right there, just like that. That's where it lives. That's its home. That's where it lives. It should live right there. That's its home. It wasn't home. It ran away. It decided it didn't want to be home no more. So it took off. Must be a teenager. So anyway, there's that. So now I gotta get my scissors. See, these don't work too good. You can't hardly close them. They're just, you just have to go like this. You know what I mean? It's like, ugh. Oorah. So, oh, I need this. This like, just scratch your back. Oh yeah. Oh my God, that feels, yes, okay, well, I think I might go upstairs, go sleep. Oh, okay. Guess I never did get into that. Like you'd be in a musical instrument, a band or something. Okay, so now what I gotta do is I've gotta locate my cutters. And I see them right over there. So, I'm gonna get my cutters from right there. Right there. Okay. These are worked the best. This is the best that I've used so far to do this job. Okay. Let me put this camera up on this wobbly table here so that way it'll fall over. Okay, now we'll put it right there. And then maybe you'll be able to see the whole freaking process. Alright. Let me look in the camera. Oh, move out of the way. Okay. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this material right here just like this, and get rid of this big roll, because we don't need it on the table. Because I know I have enough. So I just cut straight across. They got one of them little roller cutters, but it really don't work that good. Not on this table. Maybe if I had a piece of foam or something, it would work good. So I'm going to take this piece of big bunch of stuff, because I can make a lot more. But people aren't ordering. They want them, but they want to wait till the last minute. And that might not be a good idea, because I might be in the Philippines or something, and then guess what? They have to wait. Because I'm the only one who makes these. So, all I do is I cut them out around. Now what I do is usually make that a little bit bigger, because it doesn't matter. So, it takes a little while to get it used back into the cutting. Just the cutting. Well, even these aren't doing all that great anymore. Or maybe it's just me, I've been going too long. Probably need to oil them or something. This stuff will dull things. So anyway, this is how you do it. I do it. I usually cut that a little long, just because gives me a little extra on the back side. Sometimes I don't know why, it just goes a little short. So this is probably the worst part about this, is cutting this out. So yeah, these are getting a little, I need to put a little oil on them. They're getting a little, got a little something on it. That's what's wrong with it. So I'll fix them in a little while. But anyway, I'll cut this one out and move it over. They're getting a little dull. So, anyway, tomorrow we're going to call about the birth certificate. Hopefully that'll be taken care of. And we will have a birth certificate maybe by the end of this month. I don't know, it is the Philippines. So, but right now they all got a cold. Nobody's feeling good. So, alright, so anyway, there's the template, or the pattern. There's one cutout right there. So what I'll do is I'll take it over here and hang it up. Get ready for, there's one. Now what I can do is pull this pattern over, and I'll cut this off first. I'll cut this off to get rid of it. All that extra comes over there. I'll use some of it later, so not right now. So, we pull this over, and I'll pull it all the way over to the edge like that. And what I'll do, straighten it out like that, like so. And smooth it out so it lays right. And then I will put this back on there. See, I found it that time. I knew right where it was at. It was at home. That's where it lives. That's where it's supposed to live. So right now I got 4. So this makes 5. And then I'll have 6. That's all I need. And that gives me a complete set to make one set of these airplane fairings. So, and it makes them go at least 10 times faster. At least. I mean, the airplane goes like 125 knots, 130 knots, something like that. 125 miles an hour. So this at least makes it go 350. At least. Without a doubt. So, that's my story. They add aerodynamic efficiency. Not to mention they're sexy. They make the airplane look a lot better. But probably more sexier than faster. But if nobody's with you, they don't know how fast you're going anyway. So you can just tell them you're going 350 knots with these fairings, because that's how badass they are. Alright? So, everybody needs to remember that. So, if you look there, I get exactly 6. I could almost get 7, but I get 6. So, I can do like this. I can do this one however I want to. But I'll just keep her the same. That way nobody gets jealous. They all are treated equal, like kids. You don't love any one of your kids more than the other. Oh, but see that? That right there being not good. So I had to do it like that. So yeah, you want to treat all your kids the same. If you beat one, beat them all. Don't treat them any different. You give one of them a kiss, you kiss them all. If you buy one of them a bike, you buy them all a bike. Now the only problem is you try to buy them the different colors so they all have their own, their own identity crap stuff. The problem is then they get mad because this one got the blue bike, this one got the red bike. So no matter what you do, you're going to lose. Alright, let's go. Come on. Right to the edge. Right to the ragged edge right there. Alright. Looky there. 6 of them. That's one complete set of fairings right there. Now see, I put that back. Now it's home. So, I'm going to cut these out. I'm going to get a little bit of oil for them scissors, because I got some WD-40 right upstairs I'm going to go grab. And I'll be right back. And we will cut these like that. So I'll be right back. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, I'm back. I got the WD. I'm going to spray these a little bit. Give them a little bit of lubrication. Not too much though, because lubrication, oh, look at that. Oh, just like a new set. Okay, I don't want to use that rag because that's my rag. But I don't want to get WD-40 on these fairings. I mean on these, okay, that's an old one. So I don't get WD-40 on this cloth. I'm going to wipe it off. I'm going to wipe these off. Even though it would be the edge, it wouldn't hurt nothing. Still don't want to get WD-40. It's crazy. Even down here in my basement, these rusted. Makes you wonder. Okay. So now, I'm going to cut these out. Oh, look at that. See? A little bit of oil will do. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. It only misses every third time. Look at that. Now see, this is a big old piece right here. I usually save these pieces. They're so big. Because you never know. I might have some other thing I'm going to build. And I'm going to need a piece. So, I'll save this big old piece. Believe it or not, these are the best things I've found to cut this. Scissors weren't that good. These work really well. They are getting a little dull though, but they'll work. Probably get a repair here next couple times. So I'll take this and I'll fold it up and keep it because it's a big piece. And you never know. So I got a whole pile of these over there. I keep them separated. Like bad children, you separate them. So, I don't know why I keep talking about children. Because mine is starting, one of them, Chantel, is starting to, you know, no, and starting to talk and become independent, you know. So, she is becoming that age right now. Terrible twos, screaming, throwing a tantrum. That doesn't work. I just let her scream and throw a tantrum. But she's getting better. She realizes no means no. No doesn't mean until you drive me crazy enough I'm going to give in. So they're in the Philippines, sleeping right now. Okay. So there's number 2. So we take it, put it over here with the rest of them until we get 6. So, and I don't know whether because I'm right-handed or whatever, I find it easier to cut this way. Cut from right to left. Maybe no really reason to talk because it's probably going to speed this up and it's going to sound like. Now I can try to go fast like this. See, that don't work. I can try to cut faster. That way I don't have to speed it up and edit it. Yeah, but I can't. I'm going to mess that up and then I'm going to get mad at myself. So, yeah, I just got to go this fast. But you're not going to be able to understand nothing I'm saying if I speed this up anyway. Well, it is what it is. So, I'm getting a little warm in this jacket. You got this jacket for being 2 years accident free at work. Not me, everybody. I try not to ever get hurt. It's bad for my income if I get hurt. It's also bad for, you know, keeping a job when you get hurt all the time. Especially if you're in maintenance. Especially industrial maintenance. Not a good idea to get hurt all the time. They tend to use that against you in the interview. Alright, got another one done. There's number 3. There's one fairing right there. One fairing done. Alright, there. I'll pull this over. Cut this off, get it out of my way. Leave it a little long. Just a little bit. Guys, this stuff's so easy to do too. The hard part, see, this is easy. You know, this looks really easy. Making this stuff. The hard part is making the mold. Making the mold is what takes the longest. So, it's got to be right. You make the mold wrong, nothing looks right. So, my molds are getting old. So what I'm going to probably do is make a set of fairings. I'm going to sand them, fill them in. finish them slick as glass, paint them, and then what I'll do is I'll make another set using a new set of fairings based off of the. And the good thing about epoxy is it don't shrink. See, fiberglass shrinks a little bit. So if you make them with fiberglass, they're going to shrink some. So epoxy doesn't shrink. There's a little bit of information there in case you didn't know. And gives you longer working time. And I just like working with epoxy better. It's just easier to work with, working time, everything else. So, cut these out. Get rid of this, a little long. No reason to cut it off there. Leave that a little long. Get the scraps down there. We'll cut these out. Right here. I always leave this part a little long. Usually it's a little short around the edge. So I'll leave it long, always. The sides are fine. I've got plenty of extra on the sides. I don't need to leave them long. I can cut them. I can actually cut the line away. And it will be okay. These scissors are working or cutters are working much better. Or maybe I'm just back to cutting it. Okay, cut this out. And cut this one out. Cut this one out. Okay, another one. This over here. So, 4, here comes number 5 and 6. And then, see, all y'all thought I knew how to do was work on concrete, make walls, and yell at people. I got skills. I'm multi-talented. I can do all kind of crazy shit. That's why my name on this channel is Crazy Jeff, because I do crazy shit. I can do a lot of different things. As you will see in the coming days, because I got a lot to get done. See, I come home, I work. I go to the Philippines, I work. I don't get no damn rest, hardly. Even I'm down here sniffling, working. I did take a few days when I got home though. I went to work Wednesday, then had to turn around and come back home because of the vacation stuff. I think I told you that. So, anyway, cut that out there. That over there. Oh, did I tell you? You can go mental down here all by yourself. Yeah. Better to have somebody to work with so you can talk to them. Or a TV or something. You know, the problem is if you turn the TV on, then you got the sound, and then they say you're copyrighted. Which is BS. So I can't really watch TV. Maybe if I watch YouTube, I don't know if they do that or not. I don't know. But anyway, there's another one. There's another one right there. One more. One more. And then I can get all my stuff ready to make these. I'll show you what I use. My secret ingredient that anybody can buy. Alright, get rid of that. Cut that notch. Cut that notch. Put a compound curve. Cut this one. Right there. Come here. I hope my templates don't go to the 5th dimension. The 5th dimension is where things go and you can never find them. And that's where it went. I'm convinced. The 5th dimension. Came back though. Luckily. cut out some little triangles, and those are for when you're making this, which you'll see in a little while. You have to cut a slit like here and here for that angle, and then sometimes I'll put a piece in there, a little triangle, but really they're for here, because when you're laying this up, you're going to end up with a little gap like that here and there. So you can just take this stuff right here and make you some little triangle patches like that. Go like this, make them triangles, choo-choo, like that. And you can get bigger ones. Good to have all sizes. Like that. Just make it not quite a triangle, but it's just a filler piece. It doesn't have to be a triangle per se. But sometimes you need big ones, sometimes you need little ones. Make all kinds of different sizes. Get over there. So that. That. You can always put a big one in it. So now we're going to get smaller. And you got the big ones, and you got the little ones. Works out. Little, littler, 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 littler. That's too good. Okay, so that's it. Those are all the triangles. Start making these right here. They're perfect. I'm going to set them over here. Set them over here like that. Alright, triangles are done. Now I can take this one here, bring it over here like this. Okay, so this is all done. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this jacket because it's hot. Alright, I'm pretty excited. Taking off nothing else. That's it, no more. Okay. Alright. Let's see. I'm going to have to go and get me some. First I got to put my plastic back down and get my plastic over here. It's right over here. It did not fall in the fifth dimension. Right here. So, use it over and over again. And then every once in a while I'll wad it up because what you call it, right here, see? It don't stick to it. It comes right off. So you can use that same piece of plastic over and over and over again. And you just take it and ball it up, and all them little parts that got dripped on it when you were working come right off. Alright, so now we're going to come over here. I'm sorry, did I make you dizzy? Okay, we're going to come over here. Woo, woo, woo. We're going to work through. We're going to work through. Okay, okay. Now, we're going to get 2 chip brushes. I'm almost out of chip brushes. We're going to get a couple popsicle stickers. That's it. Now the problem is I don't have any cups. I'm out of cups. I got all kind of stuff back here. I got airplane parts. I got airplane canopies. I got canopies. I got floors of airplanes. I got cowlings. Oh my God. Oh, I got side skins already made. I got skins over there for the wings. I got belly skins. All right, so let me put this back because we're gonna have to pause. We're gonna have to take pause. So I can go get some cups. I have no cups. Okay, gloves. 2 of those. 2 of those. Some rubber gloves. Be careful. I use these. You know what I mean? So I get 4 rubber gloves. And usually I'm going to bust through one of them. So I had to get 5, but that's okay. I'll get 4 for now. I'll put these back over here. I need my scale. My highly precise kitchen scale right there. See that? I got to get my epoxy out. I use, it's called Resin Research, 2000 CE Ultra epoxy resin. And I tell you what, some good stuff. And it's UV resistant, which it doesn't matter if you guys are going to paint these things. But it's made for surfboards. Very, very strong. So, alright, so now, this is the part off. Okay, this is where the magic happens, right here. So, this is what you put on that gets that green coating before you put your epoxy on so that you can take them apart. So now we're going to go get the forms, bring them over here because we're almost ready for them to make their debut. So here they come. Drum roll, please. Here they are. Okay, so move this stuff a little out of the way. So what I do, leave it just like that, and I got some weights I put on it, but so go just like this, just like that. Now I got these weights here. They're actually mic stands. Put one there, and I got another one right here. I will put it right here, just like that. Now, we're still wobbly and flobbly and moving around and not perfect, but that's okay. Now you can see my mold where we didn't get enough right here. Let me turn on my camera here. Doop, doop. Not enough gel coat. Not enough gel coat. And it's been repaired a few times. Not enough gel coat. See the little, and there's a little crack right there, a little crack right there. That means there's a bubble underneath that. But anyway, they're okay. They're good for a few more parts. So, got some little cracks right there, right there. And that just means more finishing is all. Because it doesn't really hurt anything. So it just means I've got to do a lot more finishing. So, it used to say step right there. Step, step, step. That was where you would step on your step to get in the airplane. I'll sand them off. This one used to say step. Right there, step. See the little arrow? Ooh, ooh, arrow. Step. So, and okay, so now what we need to do is we need to coat these with the release. Let me turn that where you can see. Okay, I don't like this stand. It's too wobbly. Let me see what you can see. That's pretty good. Maybe tilt that a little bit more like that. I don't know. Got a wide angle anyway on this camera. Okay, so take the part off. Take the part off. I have a cup somewhere, but I think my lovely, beautiful wife. There's the cup. But my brush is missing, so I'll just use another brush. My lovely wife cleans a lot, to the point where I can't find nothing. So, open this up, and we pour it in here, like so. Put the lid back on it because it will evaporate because it's alcohol based. Take that off right there because you don't want to do with that. You got to get rid of that thing. Alright, you put a little bit on your paintbrush. You can spray this stuff too. And I like spraying it, but I don't have my air in here. That's what that tank is going to be for. that red tank over there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a red air compressor tank. Used to be for an air compressor, obviously, because it's called an air compressor tank. So that would be the logical thing that it was used for. So anyway, I'm gonna I got a compressor out there in the garage, and I'm gonna run a line. Well, I guess I'm not gonna do it here now. A little late for that since I'm probably gonna be moving to the Philippines. But I was at some point in my life, before I turned senile, I was going to put that in here and just run an airline so it was quiet, so I could work at night and not disturb the chitlins and the wife. It's a good idea. Still is a good idea, and it's quiet. And the one outside would feed the one inside. So when I go to the Philippines, I'm gonna have a pump room for my water pump for my house. I'm gonna have a compressor in there. I'm gonna have the pump in there. I'm gonna have all the noisy things in there and things that stay out of the rain and weather. And it's gonna be a pump house. And we're gonna work at night in the Philippines because I like working at night because it's so much cooler. So I told the employees, people that want to work with me, you want to work with me, you're going to work at night. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to work at night. But my compressor will not be in the building, so that way, you know, if I make YouTube videos or whatever, it will be quiet. So I put 2 coats of this on. That was the first coat on there. And I see a spot that I missed. So I want to get that. But that's why you put 2 coats on it, because you don't want that epoxy sticking to your molds. That is the last thing you want. I don't know what the first thing is, but that's the last for sure. So anyway, I guess the first thing you don't want is you don't want to not trim them while they're a little bit uncured. So when I lay these up, I'll come down in about 2 hours and I'll trim the excess off. That way it's a lot less sanding, and I used to not do that. And then I learned that if you don't do that, you either got to cut them or take your Dremel tool, whatever, and do the same thing that takes about 2 minutes to do with a razor knife before they're totally cured. And it cuts like butter with a new knife. You put a new blade in there, you'll cut it off, and that's it. But basically, guys, this is the magic right here. You put this on here, you ain't got to fool all that stupid wax and everything else. And it doesn't hurt a thing, and it actually protects your mold because nothing really sticks to it. So, layer between the epoxy and your raw mold that has no wax on it that will get ruined if epoxy gets on it, because you will not get the part off. You will have one big thick part with a mold attached to it. So basically this is a negative. Your fairing is a positive. This is a negative. So I took a fairing and coated it with sprayed it with gel coat, or we painted it on. Spraying's better. Spraying's always better. But we painted it with gel coat and then laid it up with chopped strand and with a fiberglass. So this is fiberglass, and about 8 or 9, 10 layers of chopped strand. That's what these are. If that gel coat had been thicker, it would have been much better mold. These probably last for 300-400 parts, if not more. So anyway, that's the first coat, and it's going to take a while for this to dry. So you want to put your part all back in your jug, because if you don't, it will evaporate and turn into some kind of a green gobby glue. So basically you just pour that back in there, take it upstairs, and you rinse it out, or you rinse out your brush. It's all water soluble, so That's the thing about it, it's water soluble. So if you get water on anything, it will go away. So anyway, that's that. The only thing to do now is wait. It takes about an hour for that to dry all the way, evaporate. And once that's evaporated, put the second coat on it, let that evaporate. And once that's done, mix up your epoxy and just start laying it up. And pretty simple. I have no cups. I'm out of cups. I guess I used the last of my cups. So I've got to go buy me some more cups today. I could clean these out, but I ain't going to do that. So anyway, I got to buy me some more cups. And so we'll lay these up probably tomorrow, which you won't know that. I didn't even have to say that. You won't know it's tomorrow because I'm going to say recording, and then that's going to turn that off, and then it's going to just come back on. And you're going to be like, that was like 2 minutes. But literally it's like 24 hours because this will be tomorrow. So I will turn it back on, put the second coat on, but then I'm pretty much done because I'm out of cups. So what I'm going to say right now is, and you will not even know this, GoPro, stop recording.